Tim, the other instructor here at Trusty Training Solutions. What I'm about to show you is how to clean your firearm. It's easy, it's quick. This looks real good when it's all set up like this, but you really do not have to pay the money to get all of this stuff. But it looks good when he put a camera in front of me and I got to do this for y'all. It looks like I've really got some stuff going on, but the difference in it is like this stuff right here, you can get all this from Walmart. This is cheaper, but this is gun butter. It's better. It makes your gun smoother when you rack it. This will do the same thing. So pretty much it's all in your preference. Once you start getting in a firearm, find what you like, use what you like. But all of the things we're going to use, I'm going to tell you real quick so I don't have to keep going over it while I'm cleaning it. These are microfiber cloths. It's easier to use on your firearms. They won't break up when you're cleaning all the oil and stuff off of the firearm. A lot of people ask questions like, can you just use paper towels? Don't, because it's going to break up. It's going to put that debris inside your firearm. It's going to make it so that it can jam up your firearm because the stuff getting inside of there, inside your slide when you're cleaning it. The microfiber cloths stay together, makes it easier when you're cleaning them. These are the bore brushes. When you buy your firearm, it's going to come with a little plastic one. It's not going to look exactly like this. It's a little plastic, little long piece. It does all the same things I'm going to show you. This just looks cool because it's gold and black. That's it. But it does all the same stuff. These are the little microfiber bore cloths that you run through once you clean it up to make sure that it's clean through the barrel. Same thing. I'm pretty sure Amazon probably has a pack of these that you can buy all at once. This little jig just screws onto it. Again, my case is just complicated, but the one that you buy, it'll do the same thing. It'll just have that little notch in it. You'll do the same steps I'm about to do with this one and save yourself a couple dollars because it'll be inside the kit. But, all right, first thing you do whenever you're cleaning your firearm is you always treat the firearm like it's loaded, even when it's not. Whenever you clean your firearm, never have any ammo anywhere near it. No matter whether or not you're going to use it, you're going to reload it, it doesn't matter. It's so easy and it'll be second nature to reload your firearm because you're going to get used to it the more you do it. So whenever you clean, don't have any ammo there. That way you can't make a mistake because there's no ammo to make a mistake with. Even though we know it's empty, always treat it like it's empty. Make sure you clear that, lock it back, check and make sure it's empty. You see down there, is there any ammo inside? All right. So once you know that it's clear, safe direction on that trigger. With the ones that I made like Glock, all of them aren't made this way. This one I'm going to be able to tell you, and if you get a Glock, it'll be the same way. However, some have different ways to take down your firearm. But pretty much most of them are standard. You use the takedown levers, and on Glocks it's the same thing. It's these little black notches right here. So what you're going to do, you're going to turn that firearm down, and pull it back just a little, not enough to cock it. Then you're going to pull it forward, it'll slide right off. Once you slide it off, place that down, you're going to put a little pressure here. You're going to be able to take that spring right out of there. Once you take that spring out, take that barrel, pull back a little, lift up, it'll come right out. Once you got it all taken apart like that, that is called a field strip. That's pretty much taking it down enough to clean it, so that way you can get the parts that you need to keep functioning, to keep firing, done on the go. Because there's more that you can do to take down a firearm to extensively clean it, but you really don't have to. It's something that's recommended over time, but it's not something you absolutely necessarily have to do. The stuff that I'm doing right now is the basics that'll keep your firearm running. Once you get it taken down, what you're gonna do is take a little wire brush. Pretty sure you've seen these in the Dollar Tree. Same thing. It's just locked into the case right here to make it look good, but it's the same thing. It's a wired brush. What you're gonna do, you're gonna take that brush and you're gonna go all along that frame. Because inside of the frames, once you fire them, it's gonna build up all of that carbon, it's gonna build up all of that lead. And what you're doing is scraping that out of there to make sure that it gets off of there and it doesn't cause your gun to malfunction while you're firing it. You're gonna do the same thing to the top of that firearm. And as you can see how black it is, you'll see the difference once I finish cleaning it and what it does. You do not have to go hours doing this. Just make sure you get it off and it's visibly clean. And once you run that microfiber brush on there, you'll see the difference. So you just make sure it's straight. What you're gonna also do is Once you're finished, you're gonna take your solution, whatever you choose to get. Something you stand by, or we just? Hey, that is shooter's lube. I think he had some of there, but I think that stuff over there is shooter's lube. This is just solution. So whatever you choose to use, make sure you use it. Make sure you like it. But pretty much, you're gonna spray a little in there. You're gonna go back over that again. No, not really. It's like a cleaning solution. That's all it is. Like giving your gun a bath, pretty much. And it's loosening up all of that debris that's on your firearm. I was just going to say that. I was thinking about it as I was doing it. It's up to you. I just have one on because I don't want to get my shirt dirty, but it will get dirty, pretty much. Like, so after you finish doing that, once you start to wipe it, all that's going to come out of there. And that's what you're getting out of there. So yes, that will get on anything that you have on. I don't recommend you wearing that nice when you go to clean them. Because sometimes if you're cleaning, especially if you're cleaning multiple guns, because it'll more dirt. So you're just going to wipe all that down. Yeah, because that's what it is. Basically, when you fire your gun, it's a small controlled explosion. So pretty much all of those things that would go into that is inside your slot. So all of that gunpowder, all of that lead and buildup, nah, it's not gonna get dirty from not using it. The dirt comes from the use of it. But however, sometimes you do kind of want to take it down and check, even if you don't, because say you just carry it but you've never fired it, which I don't recommend. If you have your gun, you should shoot your gun. You should get familiar with your gun. You should be good with your firearm. You shouldn't let it stop here when you get your firearm. But if you should so happen to be a person that does not, what happens is, you know how you get those certain sweaters or sweatshirts that you wear, and you see those little lint balls and all that stuff? All of that stuff will get in your slide every time you're concealing your firearm, because it's tucked underneath of that shirt. So anything, debris, all of that stuff, that'll get in there, and that can jam up the firearm as well. So yeah, you probably should still check it, but doing this right here to this extent, probably not necessary if you're not firing it like that. But as you can see, just with just doing this part, you can see the difference of how that looks. So I mean, theoretically, you should clean your gun after every couple uses, but I mean, with Glocks and these training pistols, when the last time you I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yeah, I'm not gonna be that guy to sit here and tell you, like, I could tell you, like, yeah, you should, every time you use your gun, you should clean your gun. I'm not gonna tell you that. Like, I mean, I have Glocks I stand by. I love Glocks. They give me a hard way to go because I love Glocks, but I don't have to clean my Glock. You know, I haven't cleaned it in a while and it runs just fine. I'm pretty sure that goes the same for your staccato and your cannon. Here you go. Well, I mean, when you got a $5,000 gun, you might want to treat it like a baby, you know. I would probably clean it often too, the way you wash a Ferrari, you know. That's the equivalent. My Glock is my Honda Accord, you know. I ain't gotta wash it every time I drive it, but it's reliable. There you go. It's gonna get me A to B. I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna get the job done, and I ain't got to clean it up and treat it like a baby while I'm doing it, you know. But I mean, I don't blame him. His mags are expensive. Everything about that gun is expensive, so I don't blame him. But as you can see, the difference between what it was when I started and what it is now that I'm finished scrubbing it out. Now, that's the easy part. I mean, all of it is easy, but you see all that grease and oils on the barrel too? You want to clean that off the same way you cleaned off the rest of it. But that's when you get to use your little fancy looking little pieces here. So what you're going to do is is first take that bore brush and you're gonna take it straight down the bore and you're just gonna push it through. And what it does is it just cleans out all of that debris that's inside of there. And as you can see, like, well, you can't see it, but I can. It comes out, yeah, it just comes out on the desk. It's just a lot more. And with this one, I'm gonna change it out actually. This one's a little bit bigger. That's another beautiful thing about the kit, that if I so happen to think that I need a smaller piece, I could just go ahead and screw it on, because all the barrels aren't the same. And as you can see now, I can go straight to the back. Amazon. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that you need to go to the gun stores and get all that stuff. They're gonna sell you something expensive. I went to Amazon, I do gun cases, gun cleaning kits, and I looked at this one, I said, got everything I need, and it looks nice. And it has not failed me yet. So once you're finished just sending it down there like that and getting some of that debris out, all you're gonna do is, on the ones that don't come with a kit, it'll already have the loop. But this one, you just change it out. You're gonna take this little microfiber piece, slip it through, like so. Once it's halfway through like that, you just send it down the board. I was going to say YouTube. Oh, so apparently he's making that. He's in it. That's probably what he was talking about from the beginning when he said he got something in store. But once you get it through there, you can just stick it right through. And you just run it through a couple times. And what you do is you keep running it through until it goes from looking like this to looking like this, which means you have no more buildup on the inside and it's not all dirty and gunked up. I mean, you could choose to, but what I would do is I wouldn't want to get it oversaturated, so you can put it actually on whatever you're using and sit it down there, because it's just solution to clean it up. And just make sure it's dry and it's cleaned out by the time you finish. But this barrel isn't that dirty, so as you can see, it didn't even get dirty from me sitting it down there. So then once you're finished, your spring, same difference. Wipe it off a bit. Same thing. You could put some on the pad that you use, but again, this one isn't that bad. But you just put it on there and clean it off. Once you're finished cleaning everything, you no longer need your solution. Get all your dirty stuff out your way. All you're gonna do is put it back together. But before you put it back together, what you're gonna do is you're gonna lubricate everything. Again, that's the same thing as it goes for the solution. Use what you like. Like I said, this is gun butter. Most people who shoot stand by it. It makes it the slide smoother. It makes the action of racking that firearm smoother. Again, Walmart, same thing. This is the cleaning solution from Walmart. This is the oil from Walmart. How much is gun butter usually doing? $12, $3. I pick your poison. That's all I'm saying. But I mean, more you shoot, you get what you pay for. You know, you just want it to be reliable. But again, it's just oil to keep your gun lubricated. Make sure that action is smoother. We do competition shooting, so gun butter and stuff like that is way better for us. It makes it faster, smoother, and things like that. But it's not necessarily a necessity. I'm not going to sell you on gun butter. But however, if they're an affiliate, oh, all right, well then no, I ain't going to sell you on gun butter. But yeah, you just take your lube, and all of these metal parts here, when you rack that slide, every last one of these make contact with that metal slide. That's why you lubricate it, so it doesn't rust, get stuck, jam as you slide it, create friction, or makes it so that action isn't as smooth as you want it to be. So what you're gonna do is take a little bit of the lube and a little bit. You know, it doesn't take a lot. You're just gonna put some on every part of those metal action parts. As you can see, it ain't a whole lot in there. And just you don't want to cake a whole lot on there, because again, the controlled explosion. The more you put a bunch of oil and lube in there and you fire that gun, probably not going to explode in your hand, but it's going to give you a good surprise once you fire it and you get all that stuff to catch with that fire and explosion. So don't over oil your gun. Plus time, you don't want it to come down, get on your handle. You're grabbing a firearm, you don't want it to be slippery, you don't want your grip to be, you know, whereas though you can't maneuver your firearm the way you want. So be cognizant of how much you're putting inside of there. Also, another thing I like about gun butter is if you notice, the gun butter stand in place. Like I'm holding it down so you can see it and it's not going anywhere. If I use that Walmart, it's gonna be running straight down this side because it's more loose and oilier than what this is. You're also gonna take some, and this is gonna go on the outside of your barrel. And once you get it on the outside, this is why it looks so oily before, because you just put it around the outside of it. And also on that feed ramp, that's where that round goes into there. So that bullet is always coming up and sliding into that groove. So that metal is always making contact with that part there. So what you want to do is called the feed ramp. You just put a little bit of oil on that feed ramp. And we're going to do the same thing with spring. Once you got everything nice and oiled up, everything nice and clean, just going to reassemble the gun. The same steps that you did. At this point, it's no longer dirty. There's no point in keeping it on. You're just going to take the same steps you did to take the gun apart and put it back together. Always going to be the barrel first, because the barrel seats down in the bottom. Just sits right back in place. Get that spring. Put it right in the front of there. Put a little pressure forward. You'll notice that it clicks right in place, seats right in place. Once it does, grab your firearm, same direction again. Even though we know it's unloaded, let's treat it like it is. Put it back on there, slide it back together, work that slide. The reason why you're working the slide is because you know we put all that oil on there. So what you're doing is working it through so that it can lube up everywhere it needs to that it's making contact with. So now that way, and I wish I'd have showed you before I started, I forgot. But if you notice now how smooth it is, then you wrap that slide back. That was all clean and oiled. Took you a few minutes, but it'll make something that'll make a difference between your gun working properly when you go to pull it and use it, and the way that firearm fires. And that's pretty much how you clean down your firearm, make sure it works properly. What? Say it again? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, my apologies. Thank you, sir. Also, since you took it apart and you put it back together, just because I know I do it all the time, I know it's done properly, but still, again, you don't want to be out in the field. You did that, never check it. You don't know if that gun functions properly. So after you do it, safe direction, treat it like it's loaded. Make sure it's back and the trigger's put where it needs to be and that it'll function where you need it to. And that's cleaning your firearm.
So I am Darnell Trusty. I am the lead instructor here at Trusty Training Solutions. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. I hope you found it to be useful and helpful in your journey in the 2A community. Our goal is to provide the 2A community and those entering into the 2A community with quality, credible, and valuable information. If you like this, please share it with a friend. Tell a friend about us. You can find us on the web. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Train with Trusty. We love you, but God loves you best.